Hi, this is Dr. Don. We're going to spend a few minutes this time on the Module 6 assignment, doing optimization problems. Now, again, this particular assignment looks just like the ones you've done so far. You start in Canvas and then jump over into the more in-depth, what we call the RISE presentation. And again, we can just click the Start here and then walk through the scenario and go on down to the first assignment. And to get there, we go through getting started. Again, download your workbook. And then as we go through, you will have instructions step by step again, as you're used to. So let's jump over to the Excel workbook. In that workbook, you will have the grading rubric as usual. You'll have a place to put an index, and then you'll have 3 tabs numbered 1, 2, 3 that have the individual problem setups there. This is the first task, second assignment, third assignment. Now I've gone ahead and worked these through, so I want to show you an example. I've changed some numbers, but I'll show you what they look like. This first problem is what we call a transportation problem. We have plants of FAST that need this copper that it gets from these 5 companies, And what you need to do is to set up your model here in this section. These will be your decision variables. This section that I'm circling right there, we will use that when we run Solver. Now to get there, you need to finish by building some additional equations here. The total bought for each plant is pretty straightforward. And again, if I'll double click that, you can see that's just a sum across here. I go down here to the total purchase from each company. You can see, again, it's just the summation there. Down here is more of the model. Actually, it's the real guts of the model. And here's where you need to build the equations to get the total cost of the copper from company 1, the total cost of shipping from company 1, and so forth. Sum those up, and this will be your objective function. And then you will run Solver. To do that again, we just go to Data, Solver, and you'll need to create your constraints, and we've got a video that shows you how to do that. Your objective cell is going to be this total cost down here. Your decision variables, now I've named these cells amount to buy, but that's just my decision variables there, the amount to buy. And then you've got 2 constraints that you need to build. The total that you buy for each plant must meet the plant demand, and the total purchase from each company cannot exceed the available supply. So that's pretty much the first problem. The second problem, we're looking to use something a little bit different. We'll be using some binary decision variables here. Yes or no. FAST is planning for the next year. They've got some projects that they're interested in. Each of those projects, if they do them, will have a return. That's the total amount that comes back, and that's what we're interested in there. But we're constrained by the fact that FAST only has this number of engineers and this budget that they can spend on these projects. So they can't do all of the projects. The idea is to build a model to tell us which projects build. 0 means you don't build it. 1 means you do build it. And again, this is a binary decision variable. We show you that in the video. You will need to build your decision model here. And then down here to help you, I've made a little table there showing the first set of constraints, the right-hand side, and then the left-hand side. And that'll help you build your solver model as we show in the video. And then you've got some additional constraints down here. And I'm just giving you a snapshot of one way to set those up. That's your second one. The third one is a kind of a fun problem and a real world problem. Here, Fast is moving to a new floor, and the manager of that floor has let his employees go in and give their preference score for which office they would like to be in. That's what's given in your basic file. I've given you this place here to set up your model, and of course the goal cells there will be your decision variables. Now you'll have to run this model twice. The first, we want you to run the model and find the best total preference score, trying to give each employee their favorite office. Then we want to run it again because some employees have more seniority than the others, and we want you to rerun it, setting your goal based on having the total employee weighted score. That will be a little bit different. Again, we're using binary decision variables in this area there, and when you run it, you'll get an answer. These numbers of mine are a little bit different than you'll see because I've changed some things here, but you'll get a pattern like that if you use conditional formatting to tell you which offices people will get. I think you'll find this to be a fun exercise. I think you'll learn a lot about doing optimization problems. And again, optimization, knowing how to solve those kind of problems can really help you as we go forward into prescriptive analytics. I look forward to seeing you around the course.